Lights ring out in a ballroom night. It took Betty Valentine from the floor above. She sees a bartender in a pool of blood. Cries out, "It killed my love." Here comes the story of the hurricane, the man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. Three bodies lying there, those Patty C. And another man, Arthur Dexter Bradley. Out in duty, says, he throws up his hands. I was only robbing the bodies, I hope you understand. I saw them leave it, he says, and he stops. One of us had better hurry and call the cops. And so Betty calls the cops. And they arrive on the scene with the red lights flashing in the hot New Jersey night. Town. Reuben Carter and a couple of friends are driving around. Number one contender for the middleweight town. Had no idea what kind of shit was about to go down. When a cop pulled him over to the side of the road, just like the time before and the time before that. In Patterson, that's just the way things go. If you're black, you might as well not show up on the street unless you want to drive to eat. Dexter Bradley laid his rap on the cops. I just came in this place tonight to see what I could steal. Saw two men running out, they looked like middleweights. They jumped into a white car without a state plate. And Miss Patty Valentine just nodded her head. Cop said, "Wait a minute, boys, this one's not dead." So they took him to the infirmary. And though this man could hardly see, they told him he could identify the guilty man. Haul Reuben in, bring him to the hospital and take him upstairs. The wounded man looks up to his one dying eye. He said, "Why'd you bring him in here for? He ain't to die." Here's the story of the hurricane, the man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. 4 months later, the ghetto's on its leg. Rubens in South America fighting for his name. Well, Arthur Dexter Bradley still in the robbery game. And the cops are putting the screws to him, looking for someone to blame. Remember you murder that you saw in a bar. Remember you said you saw the getaway car. Thinking like the playboy with the law. Thinking might have been that fighter that you saw running that night. Don't forget that you are white. Arthur Dexter Bradley said, "I'm really not sure. Cop said a poor boy like you could use a break. They got you for that motel job you did without Costello. Now you don't want to have to go back to jail, you and I settle. You'll be doing in society, baby. That son of a bitch is brave and getting braver. We wanna put his ass in stir. We wanna pin this triple murder on him. He ain't no jumping Jim." Reuben could take a man out with just one punch, but he never did like to talk about it all that much. It's my work, he said. for pay. And when it's over, just to steal on my way up to some paradise, where the top streets slow and the air is nice, and ride a horse along the trail. But then they took it to the jail, oh, where they tried to turn a man into a mouse. Cards were marked in advance. The trial was a pig circus, he never had a chance. The judge made Rubens witnesses, drunkards from the slums. To the white folks who watched, he was a revolutionary thumb. And to the black folks, he was just a crazy nigger. No one doubted that he'd pull the trigger. And no, they could not produce the gun. The DA said he was the one who did the deed, and the old white jury agreed. Carter was falsely tried. The crime was murder one. Guess who testified? Arthur Dexter Bradley, and he only lied. And the newspapers, they all went along for the ride. How can the life of such a man be in the palm of some fool's hand? To see him obviously brave couldn't help but make you feel ashamed. You live in a land where justice is a game. I'm free to drink martinis and watch the sunrise, while Rubens sits like Buddha in a 10-foot cell, an innocent man in a living hell. That's the story of the hurricane, but it won't be over till they clear his name and give him back the time he's done. Put in a prison cell, the one time he could have been the champion of the world.
E aí, fãs de rock, beleza? A história contada nessa música do Bob Dylan é real. É baseada na prisão injusta do pugilista Rubin Carter, conhecido como Hurricane por ter nocauteado vários oponentes já no primeiro round. Ele foi acusado de um triplo homicídio que ele não cometeu e condenado à prisão perpétua por isso. Aproximadamente 2h30 da manhã do dia 17 de junho de 1966, houve um massacre num bar chamado Lafayette, em Paterson, New Jersey, onde um homem armado com uma pistola calibre 32 e outro com uma 12 entraram atirando em todo mundo que estava dentro do bar, e depois fugiram em um carro branco. Durante o massacre, o Rubin Carter e 2 amigos estavam saindo de outro bar na região, em um carro branco parecido com um dos assassinos, mas que não era exatamente o mesmo modelo. Eles foram parados pela polícia e conduzidos até um hospital onde estava Willie Marins, uma vítima do massacre que milagrosamente sobreviveu, depois de levar um tiro na parte de trás da cabeça em que a bala saiu por um de seus olhos. Pediram para Willie reconhecer o Rubin Carter e o John Artis, um dos amigos do Carter, como os possíveis assassinos, mas o homem moribundo disse que não foram eles. Porém, isso não foi o suficiente para livrar a cara do Hurricane. O Rubin foi perseguido por motivações racistas e desavenças pessoais com alguns dos policiais responsáveis pelo caso. E depois de muito trambique envolvendo Arthur Dexter Bradley e Alfred Bello, 2 ladrõezinhos de quinta que tinham um rabo preso com a polícia e que serviram como únicas testemunhas de que foram Carter e Artis os autores do crime, finalmente conseguiram colocar o Hurricane na cadeia. Para quem não conhecia essa história até agora, eu adianto que apesar dos pesares, ela teve um final feliz. Mas eu não vou contar o que aconteceu, porque meu trabalho aqui é falar da letra da música. E quando Bob Dylan a escreveu, o Rubin Carter ainda estava preso. Mas você pode fazer um favor a si mesmo ou a si mesma, assistindo a adaptação para o cinema dessa história, estrelada pelo Denzel Washington, que se chama The Hurricane. Esse filme é maravilhoso, e nele vocês podem ver como tudo acabou. Só adianto que o Lazarus e os canadenses do filme realmente existem. Eu vi um documentário em que as pessoas reais que ajudaram o Hurricane aparecem. É uma história surpreendentemente linda. E é isso, fãs de rock. Essa tradução me exigiu bastante pesquisa e dedicação, então se você gostou do resultado, por favor não esqueça de clicar no gostei e de compartilhar o vídeo se possível. Até a próxima tradução e... falou!